I think we got one more set before the break.
Oh, wait.
Actually, if
Oh,
I'm
we do?
reading,
Oh,
if
cool.
I'm reading correctly, that set was just so good and so quick that
No
we've
way.
got Manny and Janitor stepping up to the plate before we even need to go to a break.
Wow, you got me there. That's definitely so. Don't go anywhere. Obviously, we are tuned into the
Literally, don't
next one.
go
Let's
anywhere.
go. Literally,
It's
it's
starting
starting
right now.
right now.
Yeah, Manny and Janitor. I think I am immediately unfamiliar with Janitor, but Manny is a quite the solid Rob Luigi main, which is as toxic as it sounds. But it is something that just kind of it feels like it works because of stage selection and listing, as well as the fact that Rob is one of those characters that you both want to smother and give space in order
Yeah.
to try and put Rob in really awkward scenarios. And those same types of scenarios are drastically different upon the switch to Luigi, especially if you're leaving stages like Final Destination open in the ban list.
For sure. And I think that this is going to be an interesting match because while the last one, the two players were very close in seed, they were 9th and 8th. This one promises a little bit something different. 6th and 33rd seed. Obviously, we've got Jonathan playing at the 6th seed and Janitor at 33rd. But that doesn't really matter. They're both undefeated in sets, obviously, to be here right now. So we will see where that hard work has been paying off. And we're able to see, okay, PS2 to start the usual.
Yeah, it's the classic. It's the staple. It's starter stadium for a reason. Despite the experimentation with stage lists that has been happening across the board, it's always Pokemon Stadium too, for better or for worse. Oh, Link. Okay,
Okay.
I like Link.
Yeah, me too.
There it is.
I'm
That's my
definitely.
analysis.
It's not true facts. I believe that Link is one of those niche picks that's like, yeah, he's got some weird choices, but like weird moves. I don't know like what they were thinking, like taking away his tether grab, killing me. But whatever. It is what it is. This character has some sauce though. You definitely don't want to sleep on this character. If you know how to fight young Link, you probably know how to fight Link, but not everyone does.
Yeah, and even then, it's very, very like all the links feel very, very different. While Young Link is a lot more of a short up and rather a jumping kind of active zoner, and Toon Link is a floaty passive zoner. Adult Link feels much more like a snake variety than he feels closer to Young Link, and that can be extremely cool because a lot of his items then become active instead of passive. He controls when to throw out Boomerang and when to not only throw out but detonate and even pull his bomb. It's much different and it's much more. There's a lot more nuance to his kit on top of the sword just being flat out huge.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. And a long-lasting Nair, obviously getting you in against some of the projectiles that you know Rob is going to be throwing out consistently. Because you're kind of forced into not being able to use your own projectiles, that does put a damper on a bit of the Link game plan. You want to use them sparingly every once in a while. The Boomerang play has been some pretty good to force fast falls, force jumps, and now he's creating that space. He just needs to follow up. You can see he's looking for something. The forward air is just enough to clip and get the kill.
That button is, I mean, Nair is crazy with so much, with a very, very solid hitbox and extremely safe. But forward air is just that reward, that finisher that Link is so needs. Oh, saving the jump in order to avoid that top as, yeah, the edge guarding can be really tough coming out from Rob, but Link not having a ton of resources off stage like that as soon as their bomb has been used, but they still got these forward airs and Janitors showing them off in turn, chucking that bomb straight up and sending Rob in the direction that he was headed anyway, but just, oh man, that was so good from Janitor, just able to turn basically was round start into a stock.
And fantastic item play already, being able to use the gyro against Rob. Rob's still trying to beat you back with some of those tools and more, but the remote bomb, I think it has been a great tool. He's just hanging on to it, like keeping it close to his side, always wants to get some of these Z-drop setups. Nice, forcing the shield, goes for the tomahawk. I love to see this conditioning right now. Janitor in the first game really has pushed Manny to all the wrong basically options in the situations that he's been pushing.
Yeah, just peppering away slowly and steadily, trying to take advantage of some classic R.O.B traps, using bomb to not only contest gyro but also neutral air as well, since the flames of the neutral air will auto detonate the bomb. Like this is, it's just really solid item play overall, and it's really up to Manny to try and find some answers to this. I would like to see more use of not only full charge laser because it's crazy, but even half laser can do a very good job of cutting off of a horizontal, as well as that up smash out of shield. Reversals are very keen against a player that has been doing a lot of cross ups. Ooh, that up smash almost caught the cross up roll, but just falling out of it.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate situation for Janitor. That definitely would have done what it needed to do and probably would have got the kill. What I think is interesting is you mentioned it a little bit. The defensive play from Manny has been really good, especially in the latter part of this in this game. I think that he's angling his shield up to avoid nair pokes when he knows that he's taking a little bit too much shield damage. You can see that he's getting some good stuff out of shield, but it's just not enough. He needs to get damage first. This might be an opportunity where you can force Link to ledge, but he's been able to get back so far. You just really got to keep him in the corner.
You see some of the discipline that has come out from Manny, like angling the shield as you were mentioning, but also only peppering with 1 or 2 down tilts before holding shield, just trying to stay as reserved as possible, looking for a win condition and like falling nair into arm rotor. But Janitor, after what was getting to be a very prolonged game with a lot of endurance being tested as Manny was at such a high percent, commits to the overshoot forward air that has been working for a lot of that game, and it nets them game 1.
Yeah, and I think both of these characters can benefit from slowing the pace of the game down a little bit. Obviously, R.O.B can do the opposite though, right? A very, very quick succession of using your projectiles, your items, using your hitboxes as well. It can be a little bit difficult, but I think even at that slower pace, Manny was starting to build that momentum, and it really showed, because getting beyond the couple of opportunities where he might have died, but he got out. I mean, there was just so much that he could have done. I think, again, if he was able to keep an advantage state for longer than just the stray hits that he's getting, I think it could be something really nice for him, but I want to see what happens in game 2.
For sure, and I would really like to see in the case of Janitor, like, you get those games where, you know, you have your opponent sitting at really deep red percents for a long period of time. I feel like they would benefit by not just trying to do mix in these short hop landing aerials, but to do some of those, like mix in a couple more grabs on a player like Manny, who's been pretty comfortable holding shield and up smashing out of it or neutral airing out of it, things like of that nature. Grab just does such a important part for Link in order to maintain stage, but also you have access to a kill throw.
That is true. That is true. And I think Manny's also noticed that, okay, this is going to be a big punish because you only have the one hitbox on that hero spin when it's on the ground, by the way. You shield that one, and it is full punish time. You can just let that rip. He's going to be able to recognize that Janitor had been able to get some up smash kills and also trying to get more up smash kills. So it seems to be a very, very good tool for Janitor that Manny's trying to diminish here on Town and City, but we got up smashes ourselves that will definitely seal the deal.
Up smashes will stay killing even on a stage like Town and City with its massive ceiling. It's almost a bit surprising that Manny would go here of all places, since moves like up smash and up air are so prevalent into R.O.B's kit, while Link, most of the time you're killing with things like bomb or forward air or like that reverse hero spin. Oh no, the SD trying to get that falling fair, and with DI like that, no ceiling is gonna matter.
Yeah, and I think that's the difficult part, right? Like even on the up smash kill for the first stock, it looked like Janitor just wasn't DIing at that one either. So you got to be aware that when you get clipped by that, it's a quick course correction if you can manage it. Manny is starting to build his lead yet again, even though he had the SD. It doesn't seem to be but a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, I mean, a full stock up, gets caught rolling though with that up smash, trying to press some advantage after that, but Janitor gets caught by the gyro, and I mean, top and bomb are just bouncing back and forth between each other. The interactions between those two are the little shield wiggle.
Yep, exactly, right?
he's playing around some of these more both offensive and defensive options so well. Gets a back throw, but Janitor, like, you're forced to try and contest with those moving platforms, which is already so difficult. But stage is still theirs to control and still theirs to take advantage of.
Don't get sniped by the gyro yet again. One of those item throw ups. That one's not going to do it, and that's what the double-edged sword of taking it to town and city. I'm surprised we haven't seen much side B from Manny, and this might be the place and the time to be able to find one of those setups. You know that it's going to have to happen eventually, but getting around the gyro is Janitor. Taking another kill with the forward air is going to last stock, Ubel. I do not know exactly if Manny's going to be able to close this out with the shield discipline the Janitor is showing right now.
They're both playing so careful, trying to snipe jumps and call and get something that isn't just a stray hit, but something that'll like sustain themselves for longer than a few minutes. This ledge trap is huge. Went for the drag down up air, but still gets the dash grab into the up air. But the corner is so large that Link's weight is able to help them survive at 147, nearing max rage. Even this down throw into another up smash. Yeah.
Yeah, textbook stuff. I mean, at that point, no amount of mash is going to save you because you could just time that up smash. You have plenty of time to get that charge and ready to drop the bomb. That is a tough one, but I mean, if you just avoid some of those stray hits, you avoid some of that that damage stacking that you were basically on the receiving end of. You can maybe make that a little bit more doable in the future. It was just a time, like it was a time limit. Once he gets that damage, then it's only a matter of when he gets the grab.
Yeah, and doing such a good job in a way where they set up grab to be an afterthought in the late stages of that game too. We saw a lot more just reversals out of shield rather than straight up grabs, but at the end of game 2, it was grab into a down throw conversion. Didn't die? Well, I can set the same situation, and that's something that is so powerful again for both of these characters. Honestly, it's not just the fact that their offensive prowess can result in kills at varying percents, but it's the fact that some of their best situations are not just strong, but repeatable. And that repeatability gives almost a sense of, like, this is going to go my way eventually. I just got to make sure that the situation happens more than once.
No, that's well said. I mean, literally, if you're able to wear your opponent down, their endurance has a limit, right? Every player's eventually going to get hit by, whether it's the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, or more times. You know that if you're able to replicate, then you might just have something good here. We're getting caught between the gyro, though. This is not ideal. 76%, and now getting some more shield pressure on that platform. This is a great combo, and 100%. This is almost kill percent for Janitor right now, as long as we can get something quick. The DI, though, all dependent.
Oh, I don't think any DI would have saved you from that back air if it had connected, but Link Nair was able to save Janitor before being able to refine center stage. Playing around top as well as they can, and so, you know, Nerf, so many of these scenarios, as we're going to see the grab conversion not result into stock, but so many of these scenarios have Janitor whittling away at shield health so unbelievably effectively, which Manny's doing a good job of compensating with that shield DI, but it's also been pretty privy to shield pokes throughout it all. As
that you hate to see. I get maybe went for a potential bomb recovery, but I guess let up on the control stick. Maybe the DI, you just ended it too early and then you die for it.
That's quite the shame, but that's at the very least a strong Nair for a punish. Seeing multiple arm rotors come out now, but just always the light version, not trying to last it too long. Just, hey, respect me a little bit. And at 141, as much damage as you can get with these little clips and chips. That's as much as you need in order to maintain that lead.
Right, and it sets a statement, right? That is a little bit of the conditioning game. You know, it's like, okay, if I side B a couple times over ledge, then maybe Janitor won't be so aggressive in trying to secure the kill here, because he is going to be desperate, because now he is down 1 stock to 3, and he needs this kill right now, but the shield angling has been so effective. We are going to get it off the forward air, though. Catching one of those jumps, you need to at least finish your plate in that sense. Let's see if you can get the second one on lock.
We're waiting full stage now. The problem lies that Link is, as mentioned, Link is a bit more of a trapping character. Boomerang takes a while to wind up and get to its destination. Top flies out just about instantaneously, and Laser covers full stage. Trying to play patient here with Janitor is not mean playing at full stage, more at this mid-range and trying to see how they can get Manny to commit. He's been pretty easy to get him to roll, but punishing those rolls is a little bit different. Manny punishing that roll, though, off the missed tech extremely hard with the dash back forward smash, covering center stage, and center stage is the name of the game when it comes to trying to maintain consistency in platform fighters. As after a strong showing game 1 from Janitor, it has been the Manny show.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I think in those last 10, 15 seconds, it just looked like Janitor kind of tunnel visioned a little bit. You saw a lot of just short hop fair and really just trying to see if he can clip one of those. It neither worked. It led to a grab, and I mean, things just ended poorly. So we'll see if get the focus back up here. We're taking it back to Town and City, and this worked for the game before last, but we'll see if he can replicate that yet again.
Yeah, it'll be tough. It'll be tough to kind of break through the momentum, as you were saying in Game 2. The momentum that Manny has built up Nerf. He's really found a lot of stable reads and a lot of strong positions that have been quite a thorn in Janitor's side. But we're going back to Town and City, which is a very, very strong stage for Link. A lot of Link's ledge trapping and kill potential often leads horizontal as opposed to vertical, especially in those early kills. So trying to ledge trap R.O.B, who in theory should be rather susceptible to some of the coverage that Link exposes, is a good thought on paper, but in practice, R.O.B can be surprisingly hard to hit sometimes. Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah, the stretcher, baby, coming in hot. You know, when you get that opportunity, you do not let that pass you up. As soon as you see that platform inching closer to the blast, you're like, okay, I'm going to get these pummels. I'm going to get that forward throw. I know exactly what to go for. But we got to fire back with something equally powerful. The up smash won't do it, so now you have to get a little bit more damage off the pummel. There's the up smash, and there's the kill. This is still doable, but 43%, yeah, you hate to see the way the first stock went, but you know you can get yourself back in the game here.
Yeah, especially with a couple down tilts like these. Safe on shield, but not drifting far enough in order to avoid the weak hit of spin attack. That time goes for the strong hit in order to block the first hit of spin attack and disable the rest of the hitbox. It could have been a stronger punish, but any punish is good, especially when you're setting up a ledge trap. Doesn't commit. Didn't think the neutral would hit, so doesn't go for the arm rotor. That could be potentially tragic, and Janitor finds their way back to center too. Back to neutral we go.
Right, again, every time Janitor seems to be inching forward, using dash shield so effectively, being able to avoid the projectiles, the hitboxes, all of it. These air dodges have been clutch for Manny right now, but unable to get that back air. One more edge guard, just having to go towards Janitor, but this is the stock. The up air is going to seal the deal. With that rage that's building, Manny definitely had that one.
Trying to pepper away with some of these projectiles now, though, and speaking of shield health, falls out of the third hit. Link's arm just extends a little bit too far upward in order to get that reach as far as they needed, and now Janitor is just in a really, really tough spot, forcing to throw out so many raw hit kills, but the up B does connect on the strong spot despite Manny being in midair. R.O.B's just too damn big.
Yeah, R.O.B is too damn big, but unfortunately unable to get close enough to get some of the conversion, right? You hit 2 down tilts, but then Janitor able to shield the fair. There's so much going on here, and you look at the tech chases, they have been really good. They've been leading to grabs, among other things, but that is going to be a parry on the back air. Now, these edge guards are starting to actually work for Janitor.
Gonna need all of those edge guards in order to make it back into this game. 30 to 83 is only, 50% isn't that much, but like with how this neutral has been playing at such a slow progression and developing inch by inch, it's gonna be hard to make it all the way back. Looking to try and give a little bit of a feint with that empty hop, but just misses the conversion entirely. and these grabs are coming out from Janitor when he really needs to maintain this momentum.
I love the mix-up on the mash there from Janitor. It seemed to be just what he needed to get out of a tight spot, and now he is going to be able to force this option, maybe put Manny in a tight spot off stage. That remote bomb going to go too low, forcing the high recovery, but you're unable to get that bomb back so you can get one of those throw-up explosion kills that you had in the first game. Now we're looking to see if these platforms are going to lead to anything more than just a couple of hits of shield pressure. That is it! Wow, clips with it, and the DI not going to save you.
Sent straight upwards on a stage where you really want to be able, you would think you'd be able to live at least one more of those despite at such a deep percent, but no dice as Manny punches their ticket into top 8 and is able to do it with a really strong showing overall. Losing game 1, having to figure their way through a lot of different item play and wacky scenarios, but ending up with a strong sense of advantage and a strong base set of tools that let them roll through at a comfortable pace.
Yeah, the pace was definitely comfortable, and we saw it exchange hands, right, a couple different times, right? They were both looking for their rhythm here and there, and it just ended up being, on average, going in Manny's favor. And I think the R.O.B stuff, it just wears you down, as we mentioned. You just cannot escape R.O.B forever. He is like the Terminator.
Oh yeah, and that'll be Manny joining Memphis, Honda, and Hobbs in winner's side top 8. As we will be cutting to a quick break as we get some other matches ready for you, dear viewers, to get going in this amazing EGFH tournament. So don't go anywhere. We got some more Smash action coming for you right after this.